Hi, my name is Jenna Hillman and I was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome at the age of 3.
My name is Connor Cloud and I've been diagnosed with hearing loss, profound hearing loss since birth, and I may have possible Asperger's, but I'm pretty sure I have Asperger's, yeah.
I'm Nathan Moodley. I have autism, which is a diagnosis,
My name is Lachlan Duffy. My diagnosis is Asperger's syndrome, as well as I had epilepsy, which was deemed gone after my teens, ADD. Starting in school I did 3 different computer courses, ceramics and hospitality, kitchens and cookery. In TAFE I've done certificate for IT General, certificate for IT Help Desk and certificate for IT Networking, and I'm doing certificate for Training and Education.
John, autism and tics.
I'm Cheryl. Well, autism essentially.
Hi, my name is Jeremy Henley and I have Asperger's.
Feels like you don't have so much friends, and basically you lost education and stuff like that and never do work like before,
Being deaf kind of makes it harder for me to make friends because sometimes I don't understand them clearly. I even have a deaf friend as well who also goes to, who has a traineeship as well. Yeah. I prefer being behind a laptop talking to friends over a computer, yeah. Easier for me to understand them because I'm reading what they're typing.
Well, I have a tremendous support from friends and family. Social aspects, I'm pretty okay. I'm pretty outgoing and all that, and not many people know. Couldn't tell, but I have Asperger's.
My Asperger's affects me socially in many ways. The major being school, primary school and high school. Growing up I found it extremely difficult. Went through the whole of school having no friends. I didn't get invited out to birthday parties, nothing like that, I was really by myself during the whole schooling period. I've never wanted to go out to parties or, go out to any other events and stuff like that. But it's still made me somewhat discouraged, unpleased, unwelcome. Okay. Unwelcome. It still made me feel unwelcome that, I never got invited out and nothing like that. I've learned to deal with that over the years and I've accepted that.
I write my notes down as quickly as the other kids in the class.
So,
it's a real struggle at school. And then being kept in at lunchtime to finish writing down my classwork.
It sometimes is a struggle because it's hard to understand things and it's really hard to comprehend things, so just need extra support.
I find on the learning style sheets I tend to fall about the centre of everywhere, although I'm not too good with didactic teaching styles.
Kind of stressed.
It's something that I strive for. Learning, keeping my brain active is a must. I have to constantly be thinking about something, problem solving, other skills are like that. Just need to constantly have my mind on something which is good. It does become a problem because I end up learning too fast and get ahead of the other students, which then slows me down and I just shut down. I don't feel the need to learn anymore. I do and can become disruptive in class. just because of that boredom factor, that I get bored with what I'm doing. And but on the other hand, if I'm not understanding something and I get stuck, it becomes a big issue. That's when I need a lot of support and a lot of attention, because if I'm not understanding it, it's just not getting through. So to me, there's no average. I'm excelling really well, or I'm just down the bottom and not going anywhere.
It affects, like, you know, when you like play around and stuff like that and fidget a lot. You don't do the work, you let it do it for you.
It makes it a lot harder because there's not many places that I want to work in, because most of them are like talking to other folks, and it makes it really hard. So I prefer like being in the back room doing behind the scenes stuff. Yeah.
I did learn attention to work stuff, packing the Colgate lemon juice and the fly traps.
Work at the moment, when I was working, it was hard. Like not many people. Some people are patient, some people are not patient with me. So it's all right.
How it affects me in the workforce is socially, really. The work that I perform is really well and to a good quality, but how I respond with the other work team and team members is a different matter. I can take things way too seriously when they're just joking around, or maybe I take things not seriously and I joke around when it's a serious matter. I've found it extremely difficult to keep a job over a 3-month period of time, which has been sad and, you know, very, very depressing. But at the moment I'm with a current employer.
For work, I find job security to be the biggest question for me, in relation to the pension and, you know, what am I going to do if it all falls apart, because stress is a big issue.
Well, how it's affected work is because I was slow writing and even typing, and it was very difficult for me to keep employment, especially because I didn't have a diagnosis. I couldn't say, well, this is why I'm like this, and therefore I haven't got a lot of work experience, and it's very difficult now for me to get employment.
There's a lot of positive things. The first one would be, if you put your mind to it, you can do it. And so you can achieve anything. The way our brains operate and wired, we think in a different way to others and can perform exceptionally well and do things and analyse things that other people can't see or do.
Just mainly support from family, and it's good. For me, it's good because not many people could tell that I have it. And also, people are pretty understanding with Asperger's syndrome.
I'm good at art and I'm good at being creative and do drawings and stuff, just to help me through. Yeah.
I find I've got a really great sense of humour. I'll laugh at most things, although I've learnt not to tell jokes about certain things in certain company. 2, I find I've got a rather broad interest in a lot of things, although I do tend to focus and specialise in several of them.
It makes you more focused on a topic, it makes it easier for you to understand.
I sort of hone in on my analysis and numerical skills. Because of my later diagnosis, there was pressure on me not to stand out as being different.
I think this is speaks a lot more clearly, trying to use a lot of visuals, so it's easier to know what's going on, and it's probably trying to give out some worksheets maybe, because then it's easier to catch up and revise a lot of stuff, and probably makes the subject a lot easier to understand. I was in high school, I liked the support there. They would come into the class, help me with things, help me understand it, and they would sometimes take me out of the class to do work as well. It was really helpful there.
Try to explain it in a more simpler way than complicated, because it's hard to keep up, trying to understand what's going on and all. Just pretty much plan their lessons, have modified modified tasks so people can so we can understand, and just pretty much have an understanding that we're on the same boat, sort of thing. Like we're normal people, but we just need more support.
Well, one, don't stand at the front of the room and just talk. That tends to turn people off. Keeping interest is probably the biggest, hardest thing, and probably the most important. So, constantly engaging the student.
We definitely need appropriate support. I might be getting something and excelling really well at it, but the next subject we move on to, I would be at the bottom end of the class and struggling greatly.
Preparation and, of course, supporting. We need still assisting by nice looking, smooth looking.
With work, just be patient and just try to understand that it may take things longer than to learn things, and trying to think of another one, but just pretty much just be patient, really.
I do have trouble writing, so a scribe or a computer is absolutely fantastic. Less distractions. Distractions are a problem. I find I'm distracted roughly equally by sound, visual, the lot, although when I'm focusing in on work, sound tends to be the one I can't cut out as easily.
It's okay.
For number 3, they have more support, and they really need a lot of demonstration and more practice, better than theory and stuff.
3 things that could help me in my work situation. Well, I've had a very poor work history due to not being able to keep a job over the three-month mark because of social reasons. But at the moment, I'm at a very good workplace. My manager actually has children with Asperger's, and he understands me and how I think and how I operate, and everyone else in the factory that I work at understands, and this has been a very great factory for me to be working at.
To be tolerant and have patience. Someone with autism spectrum, it's on the autistic spectrum.
Hopefully I'll be teaching somewhere. I'd like to go into teaching.
Usually like to learn how to drive a car and learn how to live independently, you know.
Well, possibly making professional websites for big companies.
Finishing my my certificate 3 for library information services technology, hopefully working in a school library, or maybe continue my further education in library services and hopefully work in archives.
Where I see myself in 3 years' time, That's a very exciting question. I plan on finishing my trade and finishing my mechanical engineering diploma, and I see myself, working in a successful mechanical engineering company and drawing up plans in an office, maybe in a supervisory role in a factory, which would be good.